Hello everyone and welcome to patch 6. In case you missed it, patch 6 went live today in the middle of Larian's Panel from Hell stream. They went over a lot of nice stuff in it, including the new Sorcerer class and a new zone called Grimforge. Today I'm going to be going over all of the important stuff that you should know is coming with patch 6. First and foremost is the new class, the Sorcerer. In addition to some new spells, the Sorcerer will have access to two different subclasses, Wild Magic and Draconic Bloodline. Wild Magic, as the name implies, gives you access to the wild forces of chaos when utilizing your magic. Although we weren't given anything real specific during the stream, they did iterate that it's possible for something like giving your party members a guaranteed crit on their next attack, or summoning a hostile mephit that could attack you as possibilities, and that the wild magic effects in general will also get stronger as you level. In addition to that, Wild Magic Sorcerers will also have access to an ability called Tides of Chaos. Toggling this on will allow you to have advantage on your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Using this, however, will increase the chances of wild magic happening on the next spell that you cast. The Draconic Bloodlines have a little bit more to go through, but that's primarily because you're going to be spending a lot of time trying to figure out the best combination of scale patterns and colors that you want to go with the rest of your character. With this subclass, you get to choose what type of dragon was your ancestor. We have a list of chromatic and metallic dragons to look through. Each one is tied to a damage type that gets more powerful at level 6 and grants resistances to that same damage type. Small reminder though, the level cap did not change with patch 6. When choosing your ancestor, make sure you scroll down a little bit first to see which spell you'll be getting with this choice. Each ancestor will give you a different spell that is, in a way, an integral part of their race. This was mostly a choice made for the homebrewers out there who kind of do this anyways, but it's still nice to see it nonetheless. As you're making your choice, you'll notice that your scale patterns and color will be changing to reflect that choice. If you end up stuck with something you don't like, have no fear. You can always change that appearance with the choices options right beneath the ancestors list or back in the main appearance tab at the very bottom of everything. Alright, now that you're happy with the way that you look, all that's left is the bonuses that come with the Draconic Bloodline. In general, your max HP will increase every time you level up. However, be warned that when multiclassing finally arrives in the future, this bonus will only be applied to your sorcerer level. And lastly, thanks to our scales, when we aren't wearing any armor, our base armor class will be raised by 3. Next up is the new zone known as Grimforge. Although we're going to be seeing new quests popping up in general, what we got to see during the panel is a number of new quests that will be leading our party straight to Grimforge via the Dwergar raft. In the past, taking this raft used to signal the end of early access, and that would be it. We would see Sven doing another goofy skit in a video, and then the game would end. But now, it leads to the new area, and quest or no quest, you can easily go straight there if you really wanted to, bypassing the Myconids and everything else along the way. Be warned though, missing out on the new quests that are tied to the Grimforge prior to taking the raft will end up making you miss out on some pretty neat stuff. And without really trying to give anything away, if you didn't get to watch the live stream, this new area is filled with goodies tied to more Dwergar, Deep Gnome, and True Soul content. Outside of what was shown on stream though, I suspect we're going to get to see a lot of secrets uncovered throughout Grimforge tied to some heavy lore stuff within the world. Another update coming with patch 6 is the weapon actions got some improvement. There are a number of new abilities tied to weapons in the game now, and it was even mentioned that some exotic weapons could have up to 3 abilities tied to them. However, one thing to keep in mind is that Sven mentioned some of these will be tied to weapon proficiencies. If you're proficient in a weapon, then more weapon actions will be available to you. So make sure you're keeping track of who can use what when you're looting enemies. They also mentioned this is in part to give us some tactical depth with our choices and the weapons we choose to hold on to. So be sure to keep an eye out for any new stuff you come across out there. And lastly, patch 6 is bringing an enormous graphical overhaul. The team has been hard at work and we're going to be looking at practically a different game with all of the changes they've added. Lighting effects, textures, animations, volumetric lighting. Everything you can think of has most likely been touched and updated in some way throughout the game. And of course, for those of you who want to look over all of the detailed changes within this patch, the link to the official Steam patch notes is in the description below. There is definitely a lot to read through, so be sure to grab yourself a cup of coffee or something if you plan on reading it all. But hey, remember the weekend is almost here, so be sure to update your game tonight or before you leave for work or school in the morning, and it'll all be ready for you when you get back. Until next time everyone, have fun and stay safe out there.